Well, I've come along to the Samaritans headquarters here in Douglas, talking with Les and Sylvia. We're talking about generalisation about joining Samaritans in a second, but we had to start with you guys, who I believe have got some sort of record almost. You have been committed to helping the Samaritans for, well, between you, how many years is it now?
Well, we tried to work it out. We thought it was about 90, but we'd forgotten at that point that we did have 4 years off when we moved across to the island from the mainland. But we started in Barrow-in-Furness. We think it was 1971, the year that they opened.
Yeah. And we've been doing it ever since with that gap.
Our point today is trying to find people who want to join the service. So I suppose the obvious question is, what sort of person makes a good Samaritan? Is there such a thing?
Well, what would you say? The main thing is you have to be a good listener.
Yes, I mean, that's the prime thing, to listen and not to say, if I were you, much as you'd like to, to get people to talk about what's really affecting them. And it's not always easy for people to open up to strangers they've never seen, but we've been doing it a while now, and we've found that it does work.
People think the Isle of Man is such a great place for most people, but there's always people in trouble, I suppose, and it could be anything almost that could be on someone's mind that becomes very big and very deep and can lead to thoughts that aren't probably the good ones.
And of course now we're part of the national movement. So there's a free phone number you ring, and it's the first available branch that picks up. So we get calls from the mainland as well.
So it must make a big difference, because I think people always worried about they might know you, and remember the old days, we use your first names now only, but it used to be like you couldn't be on the radio even, so you didn't want any sort of recognition. That's changed now slightly then.
It has, yes. I think we're a bit more open about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, for this year, for instance, we were in the Douglas Carnival. Oh, we were last year as well. Yeah. But, we were on view, and we were at the shows, the agricultural shows, so... but it's up to you. If you want to remain totally anonymous, you don't do those sort of things. You just come in and do your duty.
So how does it work then? You have to commit how much time? What's it down to?
It's about one duty a week, which is about 3.5 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, this is the other great thing. You've got to have the time, because it is a commitment. It's not like joining the darts club or something like that, and you look out of the window and it's raining or snowing and you think, I'll give it a miss tonight. If your name's on the rota, we want you here on a shift.
And of course we're available 24/7. That's the other thing. We do nights here as well as daytime, so...
What do you do? Sit by a phone, literally?
Yes,
it's all by phone.
It's not as bad as it used to be. We used to do whole nights from 10:30 at night till 7:30 in the morning. Now we do it in short bursts. I mean, this particular branch does shifts between 10:30 and 2:30, and another one starting at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
How rewarding has it been for you guys?
Oh, immensely so, hasn't it?
Tremendous.
Yes.
I mean, it's...
I think that's probably why we still do it. It seems a strange thing to say, you enjoy listening to people's misery, but at the end of the day, you're so pleased that you were there for them to offload and talk to. And sometimes we don't say a word, other than, tell me more.
Is your manage a problem shared and that sort of thing, basically? Someone just offload.
Yes.
And someone who's not going to say, if I were you, that's the essence. So we're not them.
And of course, the other thing is we have moved with the times. I mean, we've always done telephone and face-to-face, but now we do SMS and emails. And, yes.
All the sophistication,
Okay, so people are needed.
Yes.
How do what's the criteria? You take us through. What are you looking for?
We're looking for people who feel that they've got the ability to listen to others, and those who've got the time to do it. And it doesn't matter, as you can see, it doesn't matter about age at this end of the scale, but at the other end of the scale we do say over 18.
Right. Yeah. Training, what is needed?
Training is quite hefty, if you like, and I think it could be this that sometimes puts people off, because we try to give them a taste of anything that they're likely to hear on the phone. And that is covered by 9 modules. Some of the modules are done as doubles, some are done as singles, but altogether it takes about 10 weeks to get through that, 8 to 10 weeks.
So a bit of a commitment, but...
It is a commitment, yes. Yeah, and then after that, you're placed with a mentor and you're let loose in the ops room, and usually for a week or 2, you just listen in and get a feel for it. And then you're on your own, but not on your own.
No.
Because you always have a partner. You never do it with less than 2. And when you're a new probationer, you do it as a third. And then always at the end of the phone is a leader. And there's a network beyond that of deputy directors and directors. There's always somebody to fall back on and help you.
Okay. How do people get more information then?
The best thing is to go on the website, we hold information sessions quite regularly, so to look out for one of those.
Okay. And as you were saying at the beginning, nowadays you don't know where the next call is going to come from. It is totally anonymous in that sense.
Totally anonymous, yes. And you can change your name when you're talking on the phone if you want, you know. And
what is that number that people, if watching this, actually want to talk to a Samaritan? What's the number now for this?
116 123, and it doesn't cost a penny, and it doesn't show on your bill. Or you can email us at joe@samaritans.org, and it's just Joe.